You're listening to Being Intimate with Bas Ruiter
and Sarah Punt.
We're here to help you master the art of intimacy
as we explore relationships, sex, and everything intimate.
As a real couple committed to growth and exploration, we're sharing our professional and personal journey
so that you can deepen yours and have a little fun along the way.
Let's get intimate. Welcome back to another episode of Being Intimate. My name is Bas.
My name is Sarah.
Together we are Being Intimate. And today's episode is going to be about one of my favorite topics.
And mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-monogamy. Sure. We've shared it in past episodes, but we are not monogamous.
Yes. Yeah. And even though we are intimacy, relationship therapists and coaches, this is our experience with non-monogamy. Yeah. And yes, we will be giving advice, but most of it's personal experiences,
how we've experienced
personal insights. We're also still learning, growing, expanding, exploring, and we're here to take you on that journey.
Yeah. Okay, so my first question would be to you, if someone comes to you and asks, what is non-monogamy, what would you say?
Non-monogamy is everything that's not in the script of monogamy. And monogamy is a script that you get from society. And it's what the Western world lives by. Let me not say the world because this is a Western
it's different
concept. And everything that's like non-monogamous is basically throwing away the script that you've been brought up with and writing your own, figuring out creating your own type of relationship, whatever works for you.
Would you say that because what if someone throws away the script and creates their own, but is still monogamous?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. I think if you create your own script and you go by purely of what feels right to you authentically and how you want to live your life, and that is monogamy or similar to monogamy, then that's amazing. I would love for people to choose monogamy that way rather than this is what I've been raised on. This is what it should be. And I think non-monogamy, a lot of people, I think the most known ways of what we see around us, what's kind of talked about, I guess, is being open, where it's you have purely sexual relations with other people outside of your primary quote unquote relationship, or swinging, or a triad, or for us it's polyamory, but it all falls under the umbrella of non-monogamy because it's literally everything that's not monogamy.
Relating with more people than just your main partner.
In any way. That could be romantic, emotional, physical, anything.
Okay, how's that journey been for you?
I actually want to ask you that question first.
Why?
Because I've been talking. And I want you to talk.
Sure, no problem.
How has the journey of non-monogamy been for you?
How that journey's been for me? A very interesting one, because my journey has been the experience of how non-monogamy can go wrong, and the experience of how non-monogamy can work. Mm-hmm. So I think that is actually an experience that I'm very grateful for, because it actually helps me understand how I would want non-monogamy for me to be. It's been a journey that has been very beautiful. It started off being tough because it's literally breaking down, like you said, letting go of that script that you've been taught, that you see in society, that I've got from my parents. Breaking that down is not easy. That means confronting those beliefs and breaking them down, and then going through the process of, okay, how do I actually want to make it? Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about the challenges you faced? in the
Yeah.
first part of your like exploring non-monogamy?
In my past relationship, where we started exploring non-monogamy, it actually came from a place of all my past relationships were actually started off monogamous, and I always ended up cheating in every relationship. And that has to do with multiple factors, like things that I've been through in my own past, the need for, just being, accepted, and so many things that come into play, but also needing like a sense of freedom and feeling like every time I'm in a relationship and it's serious that I lose a huge part of myself. Like then I get into this place of where I have to hide my thoughts, hide my feelings, hide my attraction to other people, and that never went well. And in my relationship, before the relationship with you, I kind of fell into the same pattern. I ended up cheating, but this time was the first time that I shared that I did.
Yeah,
And
confessed it.
yeah, I confessed it, and it may not seem like that big of a deal, but for me it was, because I changed the pattern, and it came from a place of, okay, I have to start being honest. And I think I believe that honesty is the basis of non-monogamy. Like being honest about
Or any good
any good
healthy
relationship. Yeah,
relationship.
definitely. Thank you for saying that. And that's where the process began. And because of it coming from a place that started off with pain, because me sharing with my partner then that I cheated brings a lot of pain and trauma into the relationship. So that's something else you have to work through. And being with you and how we've done it is like really, okay, from the beginning, this is what we want and this is what we're working towards. That brings a whole different dynamic.
Yeah.
So I think it's really, that's how my journey began. For you?
I think it's always kind of been in me. Like I think I've had talks later on with my parents about how I was when I was like a teenager. I've always been very free and very open, and I've also like dated people, and like then I would talk to them about them dating other people, and like I always really enjoyed that openness and just being able to like, you don't have to hide anything, we can just talk about it, and like, and I think when I started like my celibacy journey, that's when I learned like how many other ways there is to be intimate outside of sexual intimacy, and how I can experience that with people. And I was like, oh, there's so much to experience. There's so much like many people to experience in so many different ways. And I've always felt like, I was single for 8 years before I met you, because and not necessarily consciously, because I wanted a relationship, I wanted a companionship, I wanted like that intimacy, but who is like worthy enough to abandon like whole parts of myself to be with someone for the rest of my life? Like that, I couldn't grasp that idea. I felt like I had to like lose parts of myself in order to find companionship or find like a life partner. And that felt so backwards. Like, don't I have to become more of myself to like instead of less? So I think that's how it started. And then like a couple years later I met you, and I think that's the first time where it really took shape, because I was already seeing someone at the time, and from the moment I met you, I just like put all the cards on the table to everybody, and everybody was like cool with it, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And of course we progressed, and the other connection kind of like he went like somewhere else, and still very great,
Yeah.
loving, like very supportive. But it's yeah, I guess that's like kind of how it was for me.
Mm.
And then with us, it really took shape.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we really dived into it.
We definitely just started off with the freedom aspect of like whatever it is you want to explore with who it is, go do that. I think also what helped is that, you know, I was just coming out of a relationship,
Yeah.
and
You were still living with her, too.
yeah, I was still living with her. So, and I wasn't ready to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
So the fact that we were able to explore and learn so much about ourselves was a great feeling, a great experience that, without the need of it having to be anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the basis of like, okay, this is possible. And from there, we just start communicating more and more about like, okay, what is it that we want? And the more serious we got, it's like, okay, but we don't want to sacrifice
Yeah.
the freedom and the growth that we have.
Yeah.
So what would you say that non-monogamy looks like for you now?
Non-monogamy looks like living a freedom-based life that is like created exactly how I want to live my life.
Mm.
No compromise.
Sorry.
It's here, my.
Yeah. Better.
You wanted to touch me? You can just say that. You don't have to pretend.
No, it's all good. I have no.
Oh wow.
I love you.
Yeah, you're satisfied easy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't need much.
And it's holding each other accountable for who we say we are or who we want to be, the values that we carry for ourselves, instead of putting my values onto you and you putting yours onto me. And being able to travel the world and be able to meet people and have those connections be exactly what they authentically are, and not impose any labels or any like expectations onto them, and be able to fully express or experience and explore people as you are in that moment, and being able to come home and share everything with each other, being able to create homes with people over the throughout the world, and be able to travel and come home to them and create community, like a network of love where all of us support each other and share resources and love each other. And yeah, you gotta stop me from because this is, I can go on for hours about this.
Yeah, this topic's just so much to unpack.
Yeah.
But it's also just fun because having these conversations with people, especially if they're in a if they're in a monogamous relationship, or they have that mindset that they always understand me.
Yeah.
Like it's like it makes sense, but nah, I could never. And
like practically they don't know how it would work for them.
Yeah.
Or they say they're too jealous.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of understand it, because if you don't know better, it's hard to believe it.
Yeah.
Because if all you've known your whole life is monogamy, then the concept of non-monogamy is going to be very foreign for you to understand. But they always agree, but then it's like, but
there's always a but.
Yeah. And it's really just about creating more freedom and being authentic in the relationships that you have.
Yeah, so what does non-monogamy look like for you?
So for me, it's really based off like my belief of life, actually. Like I really believe that we are souls in this human body to experience what it means to be human and live life and just experience life every single day. And for me, that's also just growing and learning more about yourself, and learning more about yourself comes through experiencing with people and yeah, like how much I'm learning in my relationship with you, and I connect with other women, and then I learn more about myself through what they have to offer, and they learn more about themselves through what I have to offer. And I feel like there's no need to limit the human experience. I think because I have that belief, I'm also capable of giving you that experience as well of experiencing whatever it is you want to experience in life. I think that's where it's very interesting that I have a lot of conversations with men, is where they kind of believe that, you know, they do want to experience with other people, but as soon as their partner, who is a woman, wants to experience more, it's like, no, we can't do that. So I'll also limit my experiences, even though I do want to. But if she wants to, then I'd rather not for myself. I always find, I always find that very fascinating. But I've been there myself. But yeah, it doesn't make sense to me anymore, because it's like, well, I want to experience this and this in life, and I see what it brings me. Why would I take that away from
someone that you claim to love?
Yeah. If that's what you believe, that what you want.
Yeah, and if that's what you desire, like of course there's, and I want to like make that clear. Like, we have nothing against monogamy. We know people that have beautiful monogamous relationships and I definitely see the value in the lessons that you learn through that relationship style. I am against it being the only acceptable relationship like form, and there are just like different lessons that come with that, and there's so many people that we talk to that actually want more openness, but then don't do it out of fear. And that is something that we would love to like give people more perspective on, or like what we work on also in our practice with clients, to be able to voice those fears and like not create your life based on jealousy or fear, but out of like authenticity. And doesn't mean that we don't feel fear, that we don't feel jealousy. We just choose to not let our decisions like be influenced by those emotions.
So what has been the biggest thing that you feared when it comes to non-monogamy? That
you're gonna leave me. That you'll find someone that's better than me, or that's like, what if you lose interest in me?
And how do you deal with that?
We just talk about it. It's a very valid fear. Like, as humans, we are programmed to like want to be part of something, to feel like you belong to, and having anything that you feel like is jeopardizing that makes sense, but it doesn't mean that that's the truth. Like, we also don't go, if I meet a new friend, I'm not gonna look at my friends list and be like, all right, I have a new friend coming in, like, I have to scrap, like, you know, take someone off the list or out of my circle to make space. Like, no, you just made a new friend. Like, you just have another friend in his life. And society kind of put a line there of like, with friends it's fine, but as soon as it gets like romantic, then that means it's taking away from the other person. That means you don't love them anymore. That means you lack something, or they're not good enough, or you're too much, or, you know, it's not okay in this, or normalized in this society that those feelings exist. And I think that's just very harmful. Like, we are not a monogamous species. Like, biology and scientifically, we are not monogamous. Like, we don't find a singular partner in our entire lives and stick with them until we die, and then when they die, we stop eating because we're in so much pain that we die a month later or whatever. Like, it's we date around, we have sex with people, we are attracted to different people. Our bodies are built to have multiple partners, and it's amazing that as humans we are evolved enough to go against our nature and choose a different life for ourselves. I think that's beautiful that we can do that. But we stopped acknowledging that it's not our nature. And I think it's, from my experience and the people that we talk to, that is hurting a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
Because it's not, if now your partner looks at someone, they have disrespected you, they don't love you, they don't care for you, you know, even though.
Yeah. I think that's also like not recognizing certain emotions or how to handle certain emotions, because when it comes to jealousy, a topic that we'll dive into some other time, but it's like, oh, I feel this, so it means this and this, that's something you did, and it should limit you, instead of it being an emotion that you look at and see where does it come from, or why do I even feel this. So I think that perspective is like a big problem in a lot of relationships. Like, okay, if you make me feel jealous, you're doing something wrong, and you need to stop making me feel jealous.
Right.
Yeah, I think we have a very different approach when it comes
it's
to
just an emotion that you feel.
Yeah.
We're human, we feel it too.
Yeah.
It's just it just shows you where there's something that maybe you also desire. And we just figure it out. I don't fear anymore that you would leave. I don't think you will ever. I know that you will never leave me.
I also don't fear that. I feel very secure in that, and that's also why we're at the point where we're at in our relationship, that we are comfortable in our relationship style in non-monogamy.
Yeah. How is that for you though? Like, what has been your biggest like challenge or fear that you had in non-monogamy? You can either pick in previous relationships or with me, either way.
The biggest fear? I think the biggest fear is definitely that I had in the past relationship, that
what is with these boats? And
I don't know. Is it like a special day or something? It's not good.
Yeah.
But really just like opening up the space to be more open and experience with other people, be intimate with other people, and then by making that decision to experience that, then it being a result of our relationship breaking.
Right.
Yeah, that's like, it's not something I deal with now. I think maybe in the beginning, definitely, but in a past relationship, it was like, okay, we're working towards being non-monogamous, and then when you actually are, it actually becomes a reason that you do not align anymore. Yeah. So I think that has a lot to do with truth. But also, it can also sometimes mean that you figure out that you want different things, and that maybe you don't work that way. That, and I think also just figuring out like, this is not a fear, but I think just figuring out, okay, what do I want it to look like? And I think that's something that is gonna continuously change, because I mean, if we have the rest of our lives together, it's gonna look different in different periods of time. But for now, it's like really enjoying the commitment that I have in my relationship with you, and actually just understanding more and more through this relationship what my own gift is. Like what can I offer to other people, and I really learned that in my relationship with you. And then also seeing what that brings to other people. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I love non-monogamy so much. Like, who did I talk to about this, like, last week or so? Where you have such a gift. Like, you're so special. You have this calming, like, supportive, like, energy around you. You can hold space so well. And your hands are magic. Your energy is like seeing how safe women feel with you, how safe they feel to express with you, to explore with you, to learn with you. It makes me feel so proud, because it's what women in this world need. Like, I would do a disservice to the world to gatekeep you from like other women. That would be so unfair because we need men like you out in this world doing the work that you do. I could never like lock you up and or like
Yeah, I understand.
tie you down. I mean, I could tie you down,
That's
but it's that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I hear you, and I appreciate that. Like, that's something that I completely accept now, and I think it's something that I felt bad for in the past or wouldn't really accept, but I've proven it.
I don't even know if the mics pick this up.
Maybe in the background, but we'll just
crazy,
continue.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. There's like a party going on, but still, I feel the same way. Like, I also see what you connecting with men,
or women,
and women, yes. But I
or
think
anything in between.
but I think it's also different when it is men, because what you bring is also something that I believe a lot of men need to experience, where they, as a man, when you go into like dates and connecting with women, there's so much you actually think about. Like, women also think about so many things, but when it comes to men, it's also in their own case so much things to think about, and we have this belief of it's supposed to go this way and it's got to turn into that, like it's with a goal. But with you, I feel like a lot of men experience like, oh, I can actually just be myself, and it doesn't have to be anything. It just is what it is. And I think that brings so much calm and peace to men. And from there, you can understand like, oh, what is this making me feel, and what would I want it to be? Not instead of like, oh, it has to be this, and working towards that goal that actually doesn't work for you.
Yeah, for sure. And I think because of that, I'm really experiencing beautiful men, and I didn't think that I could experience that like years ago because of the trauma that I've been through, and because I didn't trust myself. I couldn't protect myself. Like, I wasn't in the right energy. I wasn't attracting the right good men because I wasn't in a good place. And now I'm so out there. Like, on the first date, like I'll put all my cards on the table. Like, I don't hide anything. And the truly the biggest like compliment I'm getting from the men that I connect with is that they feel like they can tell me everything, and they don't have to hide anything from me, and they don't have to worry about expectations because I'll just communicate. And it's that level of freedom, like for them, like between us, and even like learning about freedom, like what that can look like, and they're not like bad men for desiring things and desiring more, and for women same, but the women that I connect with, it's a lot easier than for me it is for me to connect with men.
I think my favorite part about that is the people that we connect with also experiencing that they can share about seeing other people.
I love it when they talk to me about other girlfriends, other partners.
It's another feeling of like, oh, there's no pressure. It's like, I want you to experience whatever it is you want to experience, and I love that you share that with me and share like what you've learned from it. And it takes away the pressure of like, oh, because we're connecting, it means that we have to end up in a relationship or whatever, And
I mean, of course, you're always in a relationship.
Yeah, you are, but the typical,
but not the monogamous way.
Yeah, I think that really leads into the misconception of like non-monogamy, meaning that it's always about sex.
Yeah.
Because I think if people hearing what we're sharing cannot realize that, then when they hear us say we're connecting with others, their mind already goes to like, oh, you mean having sex with other people. And
true.
So how do you feel about that?
Now, I want your perspective. Like, what would you say is then the biggest misconception, and what is it actually for us?
Well, the biggest misconception is that we connect with other people because we want sex with other people.
Yeah.
That's not true at all. Like we always say that there are monogamous people. Most monogamous people have sex with multiple people more than we do.
Yeah. 50%. There's like, what is it? The infidelity rate is like 40-50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we barely have sex with other people.
Before I claim that to be true,
Mm-hmm.
this is a statistic that I think I saw.
Okay.
Let me not like
Well,
give a disclaimer of like it might be different in different
Okay.
countries and stuff,
but it's probably
it's
close.
high.
Yeah.
It's high. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that like I just said, like for me personally, because what I'm learning through experiencing with other people and what I've learned with you is that sex is not even that important to me in connecting with other people. Like it's something that is, possible if we, get to that point, but no, I'd much rather explore everything in between. Like what ways can we have intimacy? What does that look like with this specific person? And just sharing love. Yeah, you want to say something?
No, it's
You're
clearing my
breathing.
throat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I think that's actually a great feeling to have. Like it's not about sex. Sex is just a part of it. Can be a part of it,
Right.
and you can also connect with people without it being having to be sexual at all. I think that's something that most people have when they hear about non-monogamy.
They would just fuck around.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when they hear open relationships, the first thought that goes to their mind is, oh, okay, you have sex with multiple
Yeah, because
people.
that is an open relationship.
Yeah.
But they hear non-monogamy and they think open relationship.
Yeah.
But it's really like we never have sex as the goal. It's just like it's an expression that we could have with someone, or experience that we could have with someone, but it's not ever the goal.
Yeah.
Which is why, because we're not working towards like having sex with someone, it actually barely really happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is just so much more fun. Like we get to really explore these human beings and like have like if it does come to like a sexual, like physically sexual exchange or sexual acts, that is just like what it would authentically, naturally move towards, and it's just another expression of that, we like our love for each other. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, it just makes it so much more fun and authentic and playful.
Yeah, I think it's really about just being able to be yourself around someone that you have love for, that you love, and that can look like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just leaving it open to flow naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really my favorite part, because it's like, yeah, there's so much to learn. And I think we definitely have the fact that we've experienced it ourselves, in the sense of not diving into sex immediately and just exploring.
Yeah.
I think if you have that experience, like that's how I feel like you also just go into connecting with people without it having sex as the goal. That just leaves so much space to explore, like what even is this connection with someone. Yeah. And even if it would be sexual, that's also fine. Yeah.
Do we have, or do you have, do we want to talk about like rules and boundaries and stuff too? Can you like share something about that? Do we have, what are our rules and boundaries?
Yeah. I would say that, it's tricky, because I have like the people that you connect with, I have a trust of you connecting with people that you feel have an understanding of what it is you're even trying to create. So in that sense, I would say, like, I guess a rule or boundary is that, um, yeah, connecting with people that actually enhance what you're trying to create, and not,
And we're not saying enhance the relationship. Like, let's be clear, it's not, people are not out here to enhance our
no,
relationship,
but
but enhance what we as an individual
yeah,
want to create an
yeah,
experience.
for
Yeah.
our lives,
Yeah.
also separately.
Yeah.
Like, I know what it is that you're trying, what you want your life to look like.
Yeah.
So I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that you're doing that with people that actually do that, can do that for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And besides that, yeah, boundaries. Yeah, I think when it comes to the kids, you know, also
Yeah.
always just be aware of like how that can affect them, and also taking time when it comes to like the kids meeting new people that
Yeah.
we're seeing. Yeah, and I think always just the honesty and the communication. I don't know if that's necessarily a boundary or rule, but
I mean, our boundary is that we're always honest with each other.
yeah,
And if we're not honest with each other, that feels like, I guess, cheating or something.
yeah,
If you're not like, it doesn't matter what you did as long as you're just honest with
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, really that. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking if I want to add something to that, we don't really have like, we also don't have boundaries for each other necessarily. We have our own boundaries,
Mhm.
and we hold each other to our own
Yeah.
boundaries. Like, I have certain boundaries, and if I cross my own boundaries, you check me on it.
Mhm.
And you have certain boundaries, and if
Yeah,
you cross them, I
I
check
agree.
you on it.
yeah, well said.
But I don't impose mine on yours and
Yeah.
yours on mine. So, yeah, we just live by our values. And
Yeah.
the reason I'm with you is because I love the values that you have,
Mm.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that is why this works so
Yeah.
well.
So, what would you say your ideal life would look like being non-monogamous?
Am I going to say this out loud?
Mm-hmm.
I want to build, or I am building, an empire. And that is filled with love and resources and community, and that we have, at least for me, but I mean, obviously you're part of that, that we can home to people all over the world, that our kids can come home to people all over the world, that we can share resources, that I take care of the people that you love, and you take care of the people that I love, and where we have shared values, where the purpose is always growth, and yeah, that we all help each other, like truly support each other in creating the life that we desire for ourselves. Like, I love meeting new people, and I ask them, what it is that you want in your life, and where do you want to go, what do you want to build, how do you want your life to look like? And then I'm like, okay, how can I be of support in that? Like, what can I do to help you get there?
Mm.
And in return, you know, they ask me the same. And I love that. Like, I love helping or supporting people in creating the life that they authentically want, instead of what I see for them, or what, I don't know, like an imposed ideal by society or by me or anything else. Like, I just want everybody around me to know what it feels like to be free, and whatever that freedom looks like, that's different for everybody, what that looks like, and helping them achieve that makes me, if we all do that, if we all have this all connected, I'm getting into it, and if we all have this like connected network of love, and everywhere we go we get to experience love, and everywhere we go we get to experience support, like, what a life. And if we can create that for our kids, that they can, like I shared it before, where I was like, if they want to learn a skill, and someone in, I don't know, like Tokyo or like New York or something, we have someone there that has that skill, like, how cool would it be for our kids to come home there and like do an internship with them or something. Yeah. And like I don't know, like sharing that,
Yeah.
building together. Anyway,
So
What is it for you? No. Oh, you have a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to ask you too.
Well, I can answer that. Like it's actually very similar to how you describe it. Like that's also how I want to set up my life. Like I love, and I'm experiencing more and more that like what I've learned in my relationship with you and the values and how I view relationships and intimacy, that what my own personal gift is. And like I love connecting with women and just sharing who I am and seeing what that brings them and what it also brings me. And that's what I want to like create and experience all over the world. And I want people that understand what it is that I'm trying to build and what I have with you, and that like that they can be a part of that in some way. And yeah, just people that I know that when I'm with them, that it's gonna be a bubble of love.
Yeah.
That's really what I want to create. You know, I want to see people grow. I want to grow myself as well, just by connecting with people. Sorry. Yeah. And yeah, like that's the basis of everything. And of course there's different ways to be non-monogamous and how our relationship can shift. I think that was also my next question to you. Like, can you I know that we also have like our very separate personal journeys when it comes to connecting with people. But could you like imagine us like having a third person in a relationship? Or
I don't know. I mean, of course, everything is a possibility. I just never want someone to feel like they are an addition to our relationship, that they're like an add-on, or that we're a package deal. Like, I don't like the whole unicorn hunting. Like,
well, I know it's not gonna be something that we're like hunting for.
No, like if it naturally goes there, yeah, like of course I'm open. But I wanted to like, that is just what organically, naturally, authentically, it just goes there.
Yeah.
But not because we want it to, like we push it to go there. I think that's one of the biggest things that comes with like women connecting with you, that I always make sure that they know that they don't have to like be into me in order to experience or connect with you. Because I think that's like very common that is the case.
Yeah.
That then the third woman has to like date both of us in order to be able to experience you.
Yeah, because it's usually about making actually mostly for the man to.
Yeah, or even like that is then for me to like kind of like keep control over the situation, so because I'm always part of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that. I want you to have your experience. I love it when you come home and you come home with stories and beautiful experiences. And I think that's one of the things I love about non-monogamy too, is because you are one mirror, like, and I'm one mirror for you. But having some like other people that we're dating, that we're seeing, that we're experiencing, we have so many different mirrors that ask different questions, that trigger different things in us, that teach us different things, that every time I come home to you or go to anybody after meeting other people, I get to share more of myself because I learned more about myself. And it doesn't take away. Like, I feel like everything kind of like just keeps like expanding and growing. And I think that's the beauty of the way that we are non-monogamous.
Yeah, I think for me, like, also just being more comfortable and accepting of like you even seeing other men. Because of course I've also had to go through the process of dealing with jealousy. And
can you say a bit more, tell a bit more about
the
challenges in that?
I think just of how I've been raised and like growing up, being taught that as a man, you're less of a man if your partner is with another man,
right?
So like it devalues me as a man. And that is something that is still very, very present in the world.
Yeah.
But it's really looking at that belief, again, breaking it down and then figuring out what actually is true to you. And to me, what is true is like the way that I can actually hear you when you share your experiences with other men, also other women, because if you have a strong connection with
And anything in between.
yeah,
Yes.
and everything that you're attracted to, that
Everybody get a shot.
yeah. See what I have to deal with. But no, I love it, and my favorite part about it is actually hearing where it allows you to grow as a human being. Because again, back to my belief is that, you know, we're here to experience life and grow through those experiences. And if I know that something is challenging to you, like I don't know, for example, kissing another man, you know, that phase of like allowing yourself to open be open to that experience, that it already brings me so much, the fact that you got yourself to a place where you allowed yourself to experience that because you knew that that was part of your journey to grow. That is what makes, for me, it the most fulfilling.
Yeah.
I think that makes it easier to actually hear you and work through that, than if it would just be you randomly.
Fucking
Yeah.
people.
And if that's what you want, then
Also fine.
But it brings me less value as well to what we're even doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you share like I don't know, an interesting memory from like our journey? Is there like a moment that was like pivotal or very important?
In non-monogamy?
Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I would say the moment that I had a deeper understanding of what love is and what we grow up believing that love is, which is attachment. And that was when you went to New York for a month, also when you went 2 weeks, but just you being out of the country and knowing that it was going to be harder to communicate and knowing that you were going to connect with other people, that that really confronted me, because my fears of abandonment came up, and I really had to look at myself and understand, like, okay, why am I so fearful of you connecting with other people, especially men, especially. And there was a moment that I realized that I fear this because I attached myself to a belief that I have about you and our relationship, that if you were to experience something with someone else or another man, that it would mean that I would lose what we have. And I was attached to that idea. Like, I was attached to the idea of, if you weren't here, that I wouldn't be enough. And something clicked in me understanding, and that is what we really grow up believing that love is. Like, you meet someone, you attach to that person, and for the rest of your life, you stay attached to that person.
Yeah.
But what happens when we break up or that person leaves, then we have no idea who we are.
Yeah.
And I just realized that, oh, wait a minute, I still hold that belief somewhere, but the truth is that that doesn't align with me anymore, because I know who I am, and I know that even if we weren't to be together anymore, I would still love myself, and I would still be very grateful for everything that we've experienced and we created. And that switch allowed me to just be like, I'm safe. Like, I'm safe whatever happens in life. And that allowed me to feel a lot more comfortable towards you sharing about your experiences with other men. So I would say that would probably be one of the biggest. Yeah. How about for you?
Let me think. I think that it was also like very similar. the realization that, I don't know, like, I'm building what I want to build. I'm not building it because of you. Because of you, I learned what I wanted to build, and I am deeply grateful for that. But also not the fear of, like, nothing can face me off what I want to do, or how I see that, or how I want to create that. And it's really okay. Like, it's really okay if you. I mean, creating that is you experiencing things with other people is part of that. And I don't know, just the realization that this is exactly what I actually want. And I think feeling capable of dealing with the confrontation that come with that. I think I was very fearful before of I felt a lack of capability to hold confrontation and to speak my truth. And because I'm also a people pleaser, which is why, like, my vision kind of, like, wasn't clear, because I was always focused on what other people were feeling or thinking. And now that that's so clear, I'm also not afraid anymore that you will leave me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but because it's so.
Yeah, it sounds like you have so much more trust in yourself.
I don't know if this makes any sense to people listening, but it's really. Let me try to summarize it. It's because I know now what I want to build in my life for me, and I just am very lucky to found you that you want to build something very similar to me, and we're building that together. I'm still not attached. I have an attachment to you, but my vision of my life is not attached to you.
Yeah.
And that also kind of takes away the fear of, like, you leaving, because if you would decide to leave, that's kind of similar, like, it doesn't change
how your life would
how
be
I see what I'm building for myself and the life that I'm creating for myself. And I also don't think that even if we would quote unquote split and maybe we won't be living together anymore or something, I still don't, like, you'll still be in my life.
Yeah, it'll just look differently.
Yeah, because I won't, there's nothing that can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think with the understanding as well that relationships are continuously shifting. Like,
yeah.
In 10, 15 years, our relationship could look very different than it does now, but it doesn't mean that the love is gone. And, you know, and that's with everyone that we connect with. Like, that can be something that is very intimate now, can be something that's very sexual, and in a few years it's like
good friendship.
It can just shift, or maybe it's more. And that goes back to, like, allowing it to be authentic in the moment. I think that's a global
thing
about, you know, how we view non-monogamy, how we live it.
Do you have a tip for people that want to explore non-monogamy?
Definitely do not use it as something to fix a relationship. Like, if you got some issues in your relationship, work on that, because if you're going to dive into non-monogamy and you don't know how to communicate, it's only going to get more difficult. It's not easier, it just asks more of you. So like, if you can't deal with one person, how are you going to
let alone try to deal with multiple.
But it does open you up to a lot more freedom in life. How about you? What advice would you give?
I would say it's very similar. I would say don't quote unquote try non-monogamy. I think we've had a lot of people say, like, oh, I tried it doesn't work, like, whatever. I don't think you try non-monogamy. I think you get the tools, the skills, and you do the work, and then you open up to non-monogamy. It's not something that will fix your relationship. If there's already something that's broken, it will completely snap it in two. It's not like it's not easier. I think it's like you said, like it's not an easier thing, but also I think it depends on the person. I also don't know if it's harder. I think monogamy would be harder for us personally, but it just asks different things of you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think
it is like you said, like if you can't do it, if you can't figure out communication with one person, how do you imagine doing it with multiple people? It is like you have to put in extra work and hours, and there's no hiding. Like if you tell me something that I do, I can kind of like ignore it and be like, whatever, it's like your word against mine. But if my other 4 people that I'm seeing are saying the same thing, I'm like,
yeah.
all right, I gotta like work on
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah.
I think the basis of it is just very important skills to have in whatever type of relationship. Like honesty. It doesn't matter if you're monogamous or non-monogamous. If you do not know how to express yourself in a way that you can be honest with your partner, it's gonna be a problem everywhere.
Yeah. So I would really say like find good coaches, get the right tools. We're here to support and help. And take it slow. Like sharing about thoughts and feelings and ideals and fantasies or desires that you have in life is step 1, but know that just because you're sharing about them doesn't mean you have to like, you know,
definitely take it slow.
Yeah.
Like don't worry about, because your plan is usually to be with someone the rest of your life then. So what is like a few months, a few years of exploring and taking steps into the right direction? Yeah,
it's like do it right from this. Try to do it right from the jump instead of then creating a lot of harm and pain and then try to fix it after. That's a lot tougher to do. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think as always we're gonna dive in even deeper into specifics.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into jealousy.
We're gonna have a jealousy episode, which is a huge topic as well. It's a big topic. Yeah. But again, I love this topic. I love our life. I love how we're setting it up. Me too. Yeah, and
I'm in love with the life that we're building.
Yeah, same. Yeah. And we're doing a great job.
Yeah, we do.